Hello, everyone, and welcome to this interview with our Arielle Pride champion. We had such an amazing time on the 30th of January. We held our Arielle Pride Championship. So, Arielle Pride Championship is normally a competition for entrepreneurs or founders in our ecosystem. And this time, the theme was Tech-preneur. So all of the founders who pitched, and there were six founders who pitched, were techpreneurs in Kenya and in Ghana. And it was such an exciting and amazing experience. We had such a lovely time. The founders were absolutely amazing. We had a panel of investors, and we actually chose our Ariel Pride champion on that day. And so this is an interview with our champion, and we are so excited to have him here and also his co-founder. But before that, let me just remind you what happened during the Ariel Pride Championship with a video. So tune in. This is going to be exciting. Perfect. So we had such an amazing time, and it was so exciting and it was so amazing. And we chose the Ariel Pride champion. And I will start by bringing him on screen before I bring up his co-founder. Hello, Glenn. How are you?
Hello, Edith. I'm doing well, thank you. How are you doing?
Yay! I'm good as well.
Yeah,
Tell us before I bring your co-founder, what
right.
was it like pitching at the Ariel Pride Championship? What was that experience like for you? Did you know that you would win?
Oh, okay. It was a great experience. First of all, I'd like to thank Ariel for putting it all together. The competition was pretty much stiff, really. I remember looking at all the companies before pitching, and I was like, wow, I really need to prepare for this. Getting into the
Mm.
pitch, the thing we prepared well, really prepared. And I'm glad we actually won. I didn't know we'd win, but I was hopeful that we would. And yeah, it was really a great experience for me especially.
I love it. I think
Yeah.
once I heard you guys pitch, I sort of knew that you would win. Like I had a sneaking suspicion. After you pitched, I was like, these people, they're sold. The judges were sold. I could just tell by their questions. So I sort of knew. I sort of knew. As a result of the reactions that you got. But anyway, let me bring up your co-founder, Raymond, and then you can both introduce yourselves and tell us about your company, right? About Fuelytica, about your founder journey, and just your experience. So just talk about yourselves, how you became founders, entrepreneurs, and your journey thus far.
So, hi everyone. My name is Raymond Mayo. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Tech Systems, the company whose product is Fuelytica that won the Ariel Championship.
So our story was pretty simple. I'll just start by introducing my journey into entrepreneurship. I got into entrepreneurship really while still in campus. I think mid campus, and I really loved the experience. I mean, I knew from the get go as soon as I got into it that this was what I really wanted to do. A few months, a few weeks down the line, I really signed up into very many entrepreneurial courses, programs to kind of just, move around with the community and network of people similar minded. And it was in one of those programs that I actually met Raymond. So meeting him in the Raymond, meeting with him at the event after the program ended, is when we sat down, exchanged ideas, and really clicked right from the start. I had more of a business kind of mindset, a business background, while he was more technical. And honestly speaking, to succeed in tech, you really need to have the technical skills as much as the business and sales skills come in. So, as soon as we shared ideas, actually funny that he was actually working within he had some experience within the industry before. And from that point, it was just, get go. Immediately the next day, I think we incorporated the company within 2 days of our first interaction. And things just took off right from the start. From that point, we went together into the industry to do a deep diving, to do, market research. And the journey has really been interesting. It's been long. It's been challenging. I can't lie that it's been an easy sail all through. But nothing good comes easy. That's the mentality we have while doing this, and I believe that sooner or later, Fuelytics will really become a de facto standard in the oil and gas industry in Kenya.
I love this. I love this. So now tell us about what you guys do exactly, right? So if people are not familiar with the oil and gas industry, they're probably like, okay, so what do they do, right? So give us a breakdown on your value proposition. What do you do? Sort of like your 99-second pitch, just so that people are able to better understand what you do.
So basically, our product Fuelytica is divided into three parts. The main one being Fuelytica back office software, which is a flexible fuel ordering and management solution for fuel retailers and people who run stations. This allows them to be able to manage their inventory, their stock, as well as fully automate all the processes that occur at a petrol station level. And then we have Fuelytica Commerce, which is basically an Uber for fuel trucks. So by having connected stations and having connected trucks, we can be able to manage how inventory moves all the way from the terminals to the petrol stations, as well as keep track of this inventory and ensure that it's the right quantity and quality ordered by station owners. So we have basically fully automated how fuel comes in from the terminals all the way to the end client, which is the petrol station.
Perfect, perfect. Okay, now it makes sense. And you guys are in such a unique position, especially for such a time as this, I would say. What do you hope to accomplish? What are the goals that you're looking towards, say, in 5 years? What are you aiming for?
So looking at it in 5 years, our mission starting is was just simply to revolutionize the petrol station from being just a point of distress purchase of fuel to being a whole experience around shopping for fuel and other services, etc., etc. But now if you look at this, we can't go further into going into customer experience and bringing most automated and modern stations without actually solving their key problems. So that's how we first started with solving the supply chain issues. But in 5 years time, we're looking to focus more on the customer experience bit, customer loyalty solutions, get further upstream into terminal automation, and actually just be a de facto player, being a dominant player within the automation sector in the downstream oil and gas in Kenya and in East Africa in general.
Great, great, great. Now, more in terms of you as founders, what do you wish you knew earlier in your founder journey? And I know for you, Glenn, you even exited a company, so this is this is a good founder journey. What do you wish you knew way back then, right, when you were starting out, especially for our up and coming founders and entrepreneurs?
Well, I'll say for me, other than the technical bits about running a startup, running a business, is just what I wish I really knew earlier is the deep meaning behind the quote that entrepreneurship and business in general is a marathon, not a sprint. At times when starting out from an idea, there's that whole excitement of, hey, I'm going to market. We've got some funding raised. Things are supposed to happen so fast, but once you get skin in the game, you realize it's a process. It's a process that you have to love. It's a process that you have to deeply internalize and understand that things don't just happen miraculously. So that's what I wish I knew really from the beginning, just not to have all over expectations, but really setting up a plan, setting up a goal in mind, visualizing it in your mind, and then going for it. But things don't just happen instant. It's really a process. Yeah.
Perfect. So now, still in line with that, what has been the main challenge that you have faced through your journey? You mentioned challenges before. If you could choose the main ones, what were they?
The main one, I mean, for me specific, especially is understanding the technical bit of running a tech startup. That has always been the challenge, because you can have the concept, you could have the ideas, but implementing those ideas to code is what really matters. So technical depth and getting a team of people who will believe in your idea and take it up and internalize it as if it's theirs and work with you towards achieving it. That's been a challenge. Getting a team of believers around you, that has really been, yeah.
Yeah, and I like that you mentioned that, because I don't think founders talk about team as often, because it's not necessarily the idea that makes a startup successful or any business successful. It's always the people behind the idea. So I like that. I like that a lot. Now, in that same breath, what have been the key wins? Like the major things that you've been yes, like the peaks of the journey.
Wow. Okay. So the major wins, right? So I could say for my journey personally, I think the first one is getting on. I think I mentioned this earlier. The thing that really made me believe in myself and this journey was really getting on the first pitch competition I ever got in, which was the Lions Den, and having a successful pitch there. So they say that kind of new experiences kind of stretch your mind in a way you can't go back really. So yeah, that was a turning point. That was one of the biggest wins I can say. Also, looking at it, winning a Arielle Tech-preneur Championship is one that I'll really rank up there, because we just really put Fuelytica together recently, the whole idea, and just getting the customer messaging and the product itself. So I could say that is also a big win for us.
I love it. Okay, Raymond, we want to know what your challenges have been, because Glenn has already told us. What have been the challenges through this experience, right? But I'm sure also through your entire entrepreneurship journey. Muted. You're muted. Raymond.
Sorry. Oh, sorry for that. So as I had Glenn mentioned before, one of the main challenges we had was technical debt. This has really been a main challenge for us, because what we are trying to aggregate several technologies to bear fruit to one big technology that will be able to streamline our whole industry. So sometimes we find that the teams that you're working with are maybe not even competent in the things that we have, and the people we want to source to help us, we cannot really afford them. So that has been one of our biggest problems throughout the whole of this journey.
Okay, I like that. And now, in the same breath, what have been the major wins for you in terms of this journey? So Glenn has shared his. What have been those moments, those peak moments in your journey?
I've had two. One of them was the software company that actually helped us develop our demo. Was actually people who I studied with all the way from primary school. So when they had what we were trying to do, and they realized the gap that we had, they actually offered to help us create a demos that we'll be able to now show investors, show our potential clients, so that you'll be able to have more leads. So they actually came on board. We sat down with them. They were like, we've known each other since we were childhood friends. So if we can be able to work together to create something that would help your company move forward, we can be able to do it together.
I appreciate that. Perfect. The other thing is, in terms of your journey, what do you wish you knew in advance? So I know for Glenn, he mentioned what he wished he knew, which was more of the tech aspect. What do you wish you knew earlier on?
Focusing on the customer is something I wish we knew when we started this journey, as compared to just building a product that you thought this will be revolutionary, who does not need it in the market. That is a very major problem for many startups, and that's why many people go wrong. So at first we started by finding, oh, this is a new technology. Not many people have it. This is an industry that has not been disrupted a lot. We're just going to push it out there. People are going to buy it. And we found that that was a very wrong assumption that we'd made. So as we continued doing our market research and found that all these clients in the same industry, all of them have slightly different needs and problems, we came to realize that, first of all, building what the customer requires is going to help you much more in your journey compared to what you think you should build as a developer or as a founder of a company. Yes.
I love that. Now, in terms of the future, right? I think let us know your future plans, right? As an entrepreneur, but then also for the company, what are the key milestones that you're looking to get to or to reach? So that if there's anyone who's listening that wants to support you in any way, and then also your parting shot, right? What do you want to leave us with? If they forget everything else that you said, what do you want people to remember?
So looking at our roadmap and our upcoming milestones over the next coming 3-5 years, right now we're currently doing pilots of the entire system, looking at the Fuelytica back office software with the ordering portal. So we are doing a 3-month pilot of this with an enterprise client, a really nice, I can say an enterprise size client. And as soon as we are done with this pilot, we are looking to, open up a public beta, get more early testers, and then now officially launch markets. So currently also working on markets partnerships. The oil and gas industry is one of partnerships, networking and, building a whole community around it. So we're trying to leverage some players in the market to, as a go-to-market strategy. From that, we launch the market, further develop our product, and bring out new solutions that we've been having in the pipeline. One of them that I may just mention is a customer loyalty app just for fuel retailers and fuel buyers. But I think this is something that will really be a game changer, because none of these retail outlets out here really think about their customers, identify their customers, know exactly how to reward their customers and get them back, So that is something that we're still looking and been working on it for quite some time. But we want to launch products on a step-by-step basis, so that we actually understand what exactly the market requires, for not just pushing out technology for the sake of it. So I can say that is between a 3-year roadmap. Yeah, after that, we're looking to scale the same technology into the gas industry, gas delivery, not just fuel, gas. We're looking at things like also water is getting clean water delivered is also a challenge in bulk, and a lot more in the pipeline, I could say. Yeah, Raymond, if you had any to add. I think that's okay. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Raymond, are you adding anything? I saw you reach to your device.
Okay, maybe the only thing I wanted to add, that as you had said, maybe for other fellow entrepreneurs who are looking to run their companies, all that. I just wanted to let them know that entrepreneurship is a marathon. It's not a sprint. Me and Glenn have just been in this for 2 years, and it feels like a decade. We have seen so many things change so fast in front of our faces. I know that there are moments I've been with him, and we're like, this month we are really focused on a certain goal. Then we go to the next month, we literally what we thought the previous month has just become totally obsolete, and plans have changed. So you also have to be fluid. You also have to move with the times. Know that plans can change, and when plans change, you change accordingly. So take the journey as it comes. It's not an easy journey, but even as we're still experiencing it as we go. And yeah, I think that's all I'd have to tell any aspiring entrepreneurs out there.
I absolutely, absolutely love that. I think it's something that as founders, we don't talk about. We don't talk about how entrepreneurship is not a snap and, it's not quick, right? It doesn't happen overnight. All these entrepreneurs that you hear are raising rounds, they've done $1 million or they've scaled to X number of countries. They didn't just sleep and wake up and find themselves there. There's a lot that happens beneath the surface. It's like an iceberg. The bottom, what you see beneath the water, is a lot larger than the small peak that you see at the top of the water. So don't judge a company or even founders or even company people like Fuelytica and what they're trying to do. Don't judge them by that small thing that you see. There's so much that goes on behind the scenes that is like 50 times, what will be showcased at the end of the journey. So I just want to say thank you so much, Glenn and Raymond, for coming on here, for being our guests, right? Congratulations again to the both of you for being Arielle Tech Pride Champion 2021. Oh my word, we are so excited to be working with you for the next couple of years, right? Now you're in the Arielle family. Our number one goal is to make sure that everyone knows what you're doing, to make sure that everyone can point to you and say they're doing something great. Those are great entrepreneurs, great founders, and that is a great company, right? So that's our number one goal, and just making sure that you have the support that you need. And honestly, we're so honored to have you guys with us.
Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Perfect. Perfect. I will release the gentleman from the screen and just say thank you very much, everyone, for tuning in. Please follow the website link below. It's been on screen, okay? So if you want to learn more about them, if you want to learn about what they do, their products, their offerings, please go to the website. But as well, stay tuned to the Arielle for Africa newsletter. If you haven't subscribed to us, I will also put a link to that in the comments because we have a very exciting feature on them coming on Friday. So stay tuned to that. That will have a lot more details. Thank you for being my guest today. Have a lovely, lovely day and week ahead. It has been my pleasure. And until next time, this is the Arielle Tech Pride Champion 2021.